Story 6, Part 6. The lessons multiply. The city had a rhythm now. Not the usual clatter of taxis or the murmurs of pedestrians, but a different kind of rhythm, an undercurrent that pulsed beneath asphalt and brick, through subway tunnels and sewer grates, beneath street lamps and fire escapes. I could feel it in my chest, a steady drum, like a heartbeat too large for a single human body. At first, I thought I was imagining it. Exhaustion from long nights, nerves stretched thin. But then I began noticing others, people who hadn't existed in the city's normal patterns before. Figures that emerged in alleys, flickering in the reflections of glass doors, faces that seemed wrong. They weren't fully formed, or perhaps they were too fully formed, like a shadow painted over real flesh. It started with the young man on Division Street. I was walking home past midnight when I saw him through the plate glass window of a shuttered cafe. His reflection moved against his body, a delayed, jerky echo, and his eyes, pale, unfocused, locked on mine. I froze. He mouthed something I couldn't hear, and then the glass shimmered, as if it were water, and he vanished. Just gone. Then came the girl in the L station. I was descending the steps, the rattle of the arriving train filling the tunnel, when I saw her among the commuters. She looked ordinary at first, backpack, scarf, earbuds, but her reflection was wrong. It lingered behind her even as she moved, smiling. Wide. Too wide. I tried to warn her, but when I reached out, she turned, and her face was blank. The pulse beneath the station thrummed harder, and she disappeared into the crowd, leaving me alone with the echo of her smile. It was everywhere. I began to see them in every reflective surface, storefronts, taxi mirrors, even puddles after the rain. People drawn into the city's rhythm without realizing it, becoming students in a lesson they hadn't agreed to learn. And I had become the guide. The one who noticed first. The one who saw the patterns and the faces before the others did. But the city was cruel. It taught lessons in increments, like a slow drip of water wearing stone. Each encounter left me more tired, more aware, more haunted. Shadows in the alley seemed to twist when I looked away. Street lamps flickered, revealing figures that vanished when I tried to focus on them directly. And the whispers, they were louder now, more insistent. Watch. Learn. Remember. One night, I followed a pulse beneath Randolph Street. The subway tunnels stretched endlessly, the lights flickering in irregular intervals. Every so often, I glimpsed them, students, echoes of the living, their eyes pale, faces blurred. They moved as though guided by some unseen force, drawn deeper into the city's secret rhythm. I tried to reach one, a boy with a backpack slung low on his shoulder. His face turned, and for a moment, I thought he recognized me. But the pulse surged, and he was swallowed by the shadows. I realized then that the city doesn't teach evenly. Some lessons are gentle, others are harsh. Some students are chosen for insight, others for fear. And I was beginning to understand my role. The city doesn't simply watch. It selects. It molds. And every time I saw one of these drawn faces, I felt it, the thrill of survival, the edge of knowledge that comes only when you're aware of the dark lessons beneath the surface. The pulse beneath the streets grew stronger, almost unbearable. I could hear it now in the hum of the L, in the vibration of the water mains, in the faint murmur of traffic that seemed to synchronize with my heartbeat. I wasn't the only one who felt it anymore. Others were awakening, drawn into its lesson whether they wanted to or not. I understood something then. This wasn't about fear alone. The city wasn't just punishing or mocking. It was preparing. Every shadow, every reflection, every vanishing figure was a piece of a greater design. And if I was to survive, or even understand, I would have to learn faster than the city could teach. Because the lessons multiply. And soon, the pulse would demand more than just observation. It would demand participation.